Hi everybody, this is Sonia, and this is my Stitch With Me video. Welcome back. I'm glad that you came back and are spending a little time with me this evening, doing a little bit of stitching. Please feel free to do any kind of craft that you like to do, or just sit and listen. Get you something to drink, coffee, tea, whatever it is that you drink, and just sit down for a few minutes and relax. And yeah, just enjoy the stitching. That's what it's all about, just enjoyment. As you can see, I have made a lot of progress on intertwining squares. This was the piece that I also worked on Monday and Tuesday. So I did make a lot of progress. The last time you seen it, I had just finished the A, so I am back stitching as I go. I have did the A, the H, I, J, K, the L, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, and I have started half cross stitching on the X and the Y. That's what I will work on tonight. And this is the pattern. This is what it looks like. Very fun pattern, working up very, very quickly. And it's called Intertwined Squares. And today I am going to go ahead and do a tag, as I told you I would last time I was doing this. And this is called the Stitching Style Tag. There is 20 questions, and this is from Pam of Pam's Crafty Corner. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first one is favorite fabric. My fabric of choice is Aida. And I have tried other fabrics and they are just not for me. I've tried linens and different things like that. I'm not comfortable with them. I don't enjoy working on them. And so I've just decided to stick with Aida. I will work on any number of Aida, like, I will do the 14, 16, 18, 22, but yeah, that's what I'm comfortable with. And when, as everybody knows, when you stitch, you want to be happy. You want to do, you want to be relaxed when you do stuff like that. So that's what I do. Okay, the next question, hoop or frame? I'm a hoop girl. I have started using a Q-snap with my Mrs. Claus's Bakery. I am using a Q-snap for that. And I do like them. It seems like the tension is really good in them. I do have a frame of sorts that was given to me, and I have played around with it a little bit, and I am hoping to get more comfortable with it so that I can possibly maybe start using it for a little bigger projects, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, number 3, do you use a stand or just hold your frame? Well, right now I'm not really using, a frame or stand, so I'm using hoops and Q-snaps, so I will be holding what I'm working on. Okay, the next question. What is your favorite time to stitch? My favorite time to stitch is daylight hours. Usually I will stitch anywhere between 9 o'clock in the morning and about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's not continual stitching. That's coming and going, getting chores done, errands, coming back, stitching for maybe an hour or whatever, doing other things. So, yeah, it's not continual. And then in the evenings, after dinner and all of that, then I will go ahead and do my crocheting in the evening. So I am a daylight person. Do you use a printed paper copy or your chart or digital? I'm always printed paper or actual charts. I don't use digital at all. Are you a floss slicker? Yes, I am, if I have to. I can usually get the thread through the eye of the needle without licking at all, but if I have to, yes, I do. Do you hoard or buy supplies as needed? I buy supplies as needed. I don't really hoard any floss or anything like that, so I buy as I need it. What is your favorite floss? DMC. That's really all I have used. I do have some fancy flosses that were given to me. I haven't used them yet, so I guess I really need to use them so I can see if I like them or not. But right now, it's just DMC. Are you a serial starter or do you have a whip at a time? Well, I'm not a serial starter. I have 3 whips that are started, and that is all that I stitch on, is just the 3. I have found that works for me. I'm comfortable with 3, and so I just stick with 3. Okay, the next one is, do you have more FFOs or UFOs? I do not have any UFOs. So my answer would be I have more FFOs. I am someone that usually I will always complete a project if I start it. If I start it, it gets completed. That's just how I am. Number 11, do you watch TV while stitching? Yes, I do. It is very relaxing to me to watch TV and stitch, and I always make sure that if there is something interesting going on in the show, that I do put aside my stitching until it is over, because I have made some huge mistakes trying to do 2 things at once like that. So, okay, do you mostly stitch alone, or do you ever get together with someone to stitch? No, I usually just stitch alone. That's what I do. I don't really know anybody that stitches around me. Well, that is not true. GWiz65 has started cross-stitching. If you guys haven't seen her videos, go check her out on YouTube. She does not live that far from me. So if I can find the time, we might be able to. I know she works at the hospital, and I have a lot of things going out here with all the stuff, the farm stuff, so. But yeah, I would love to get, together and do stuff, so. But right now, no. Do you like to experiment and alter things with your charts, or do you stitch them just as written? I pretty much will go with the charts. Mrs. Claus Bakery, I am adding colors. I do not have all of the colors for the chart, so I'm adding my own colors to some of it, because I'm going to be getting ready to do the Mirabilia Raven Queen, and I am saving my money to buy the rest of the floss and stuff I need for that. So I'm kind of using my floss that I have and just kind of putting my own colors in on that. So with that one, yes, I have, but I usually will stick to what is charted. Let me see, where am I at? Okay. Let me see, number 14. Do you bobbinate floss or not? Yes, I do. I bobbinate. That's just, it works for me. It's easy for me. So, yes, I bobbinate. Do you start a project in the middle of your fabric or at the corner? I start in the middle. I always have. That's what I know how to do, and so I stick with that. Do you have a whip rotation? Yes, I do. What I do, I have 3 whips. I work 2 days on 1 whip. So like this whip was, I worked on it Monday and Tuesday. From anywhere between my 9 and 4 p.m., however many hours I was able to work, I worked on that. Wednesday, this goes away. I bring out Mrs. Claus Bakery. I work on that Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, Mrs. Claus Bakery goes away, and I bring out Who's Watching Whom. I work on that Friday and Saturday. On Sunday, Who's Watching Whom goes away, and I bring out the Halloween tricks from the Saturday Evening Post. And I work on that one for 1 day, and then I start over. So that's how I do my rotation. Do you use a timekeeper to keep track of how long it takes you to complete a project? No, I just have a journal that I use, that I put down when I start a project, how many days I work on it, my rotation, and then when I finish it. I have all that written down. And I should have added more crosses down here, because now I finished and I've still got like 3 more questions, so I'll have to remember to try to put more stuff in on that. But that's what it looks like now. So it's turning out really nicely. I really like how this is turning out. I'm gonna be, before I do this again, I'm gonna be having the design started. Okay, we got 3 more. Do you use the parking technique? No, I do not. I do not do the parking. Do you keep your orts? I have. It depends on how big they are. As I try to use as much of the thread as I can. So if I've just got a really tiny amount, no, I don't keep it. But anything larger, yes, I will. Do you like to have a snack or drink while stitching? Yes. And if I'm going to have a drink or if I'm going to have a snack, I will put my stitching aside. I will not stitch and do that at the same time, because I tend to, if I do more than one thing and doing something and getting involved in something, that I will have an accident and something will happen, and I don't want to have that happen. So I will just put this aside, have my snack and drink, and then go back to work on this again. So anyway, that was the tag, and that was the stitching style tag from Pam at Pam's Crafty Corner. Go check her out. She has some really good videos as well. So anyway, that is all for this time. I want to thank you guys so much for continuing to come back and spending a little bit of stitchy time with me while I do my little bit here, and I hope that you continue to enjoy these videos and that you will come back for my next Stitch With Me video. And as always, if you guys have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments down below, and I can add them in to my videos. So I guess that is all for this time, and thank you so much for your comments, your likes, your shares. I do appreciate it, and I will see you again in my next Stitch With Me video.